sometimes we have to isolate ourselves from everyone. Sometimes we just have to go into, a private space and just kind of retreat by ourselves. You know, I can, I call myself an introvert because I value my alone time. I value being by myself sometimes. But then I also love being around people, and I am also a people person. But, it comes a point in time where you have to just, you know, take a step back from others and just, pour into yourself. It's nothing wrong with pouring into yourself, loving on yourself. You have to love yourself more than you are choosing to love others. Sometimes, I'm guilty of it. I love my mother and I love my son and my best friends and my friends, and sometimes you can put way too much into it to the point that people do not appreciate it after a while. They get so used to you just being that person that's there for them, and you're just going to always be there, and you're going to always do certain things. They don't look at the fact sometimes that you have to really sometimes move things around in your life and inconvenience yourself to be there for others. And then when they don't appreciate that, it just really makes you not want to be there for them. And lately, I've been just trying to pour into myself because I have the tendency to just go all in when I love someone. I just, I lose myself, and that's the worst thing to do. But over the past year, I have really, poured into myself in a way where I've had to reflect on what it is I'm doing that is making my life be in such a way where people think that it is okay to just, overlook the blessings that, that can come from you. Sometimes, people will take you for granted to the point where they're like, oh, he or she's gonna be there, and when you allow people to just come to you for favors, and you're never ever able to go to them for favors, it sends a message to not only them that they can just push over on you, but it sends a negative message to yourself that you would allow people to just be a pushover. So I have just really gone, into like a private space in my life, and I've done some healing, and I've done some research and soul searching, and it's been really good. I pray nonstop. I love the relationship that I have with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without that relationship, I'm nothing. I can get through whatever comes my way as long as I have Christ in my life. It's when you feel like you don't need that, or you feel like you're moving away from that. As soon as you do that, problem starts to come from everywhere. I just hope and pray that you guys can develop a relationship with your Lord and Savior, because you need it. You need it in your life. we are living in some insane times right now. You know, we leave our homes and some of us don't return. And we tend to get up every day and take life for granted sometimes. Not that we try to, but it happens when you don't incorporate prayer into your day. You know, you just really, eliminated something that you desperately need in your life. And for those who are in relationships that are just not going well, if your husband is cheating on you, or your wife is cheating on you, or you're in the middle of a divorce, or, whatever it may be, hang in there, and turn to Christ. Develop that relationship that you need. Carve out that time every single day. Pour into yourself. If it's just going to the gym, working out, eating better, drinking a lot of water, whatever it's going to take to just make you feel a tiny bit better each and every day, something is going to come together. Something is going to eventually connect in your life, and you're going to be on your way to a really great place. I just felt the need to put this video out because of just the things that I continue to go through in my own personal life. Life is full of ups and downs, and I'm really, really trying to work on myself, work on my life, and better myself in areas that I need to better myself. You don't want people to come into your life and your life is in shambles. Get yourself together, work on yourself, and God is going to, make sure everything else is going to, go well. Life is short. Make the best of it. Tell your loved ones that you love them. If you are around negative people every day, get away from those type of people. Life is too short to be around negativity. Find something positive to do in your day. Find positive people to surround yourself with. Get away from negativity. I don't care if it's a family member, it doesn't matter who. So-called friends that's been in your life since you were 10 years old, it doesn't matter. If these people are no longer something that's going to uplift you in your life, it is time to let it go, because life is so short. You want to go and create happiness, and you can, that old cliche, you can do bad by yourself. That is so true. There's nothing wrong with getting to know yourself. Go out by yourself. I go to restaurants all the time by myself, and I just enjoy it. I enjoy seeing different people, meeting new people. I enjoy time by myself. I enjoy, things that I never ever thought that I would be able to enjoy in my life. Other people may think, I could never do that. I could never go in a restaurant and sit at a table and eat by myself. Oh my God, you don't know what you're missing. Of course you can. Of course you can. There's nothing wrong with getting to know yourself, having self-confidence. You know who you are, So get out there and get to know yourself before you try to bring others into your circle. And if you are in a good, positive relationship, congratulations. I am extremely happy for